to get it off of Mixer.
I'm going to go ahead and hit record.
All right, cool.
Should we try to keep talking? Like how every time we're talking and we're saying great stuff and then he starts recording and we stop completely?
Yeah, just like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Keep it going. Keep it going just like that.
Was that supposed to be Todd?
Yeah.
Try it again.
Check. Now you say something. Okay.
Who, me? What?
No, I was just making sure the stream was getting all the audio so that there are no hiccups.
I thought saying something interesting.
You said check.
I said check.
Check.
Check?
Check.
Check, please.
Check. Check, please.
Check. Check.
Now we've got our checks taken care of.
Put our checks in a row.
Checks and balances.
Finish that Red Dead Redemption 2 Chapter 6 into that epilogue.
Oh yeah.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah, we gotta refrain from details.
Yeah, we won't talk. We won't. I don't want to talk about it.
We can talk about the economy adjustment.
No, we really don't need to get into economy adjustments and fake economies. And
I'm playing tomorrow.
The virtual economy.
Tomorrow, though.
We didn't have a good time playing the other night. When we were at Todd's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, did y'all play?
Devo's horse, he was riding out into the wilderness, and as he was going by, I ran and jumped on his horse, and we were shooting our guns out into the sky. He was going to take me to his camp.
Saying things like "yeehaw."
Yeah.
Sounds so romantic.
It was romantic. Especially since Todd's character looks like he's out of the Village People. He has a leather vest on with no shirt under it.
Clean.
Bald with a huge beard.
Yeah, clean shave.
Just living the dream of the 80s, man.
He's living.
That's what he's doing.
How's everybody doing?
I'm doing really good. I have something I'd like to share with you guys. Well, I don't know. It's like 2 minutes of something you need to listen to. It's Elon Musk's brother trolling the host of Fox Business. The guy has him on to talk about, Tesla apparently has appointed a new CEO or chair of the board, and he wanted to talk about this lady with Kimball Musk, right? And Kimball Musk, that's his name. That's Elon's brother, and it really is his brother. I've seen him several times. They've appeared on stage together. So he's a troll, but he's not a troll in that he's Elon's brother. So I guess I've talked about it enough. I'm kind of dedicated now, but just listen to this. This is so funny.
Now, earlier this month, Tesla announced that Robin Denham will be the new board chair at Tesla, replacing Elon Musk. Well, joining us now is Kimball Musk, Elon Musk's brother and a member of Tesla's board. Kimball, welcome to the program. It's good to have you on the show, sir.
Hi, and thank you for having me here. I'm so excited about Plant a Seed Day.
Okay, hold on. I know you want to get to Plant a Seed Day. I understand entirely, Kimball.
I'm really excited about it. It's going to be amazing.
I know you are. Look, you are on the board at Tesla, and you've got a new chair, okay? Have you heard anything from her? Is she laying down the law?
I am so happy for the future of Tesla. On March 20th, 2019, we're going to do a Plant a Seed Day. We're going to get 1,000 families, a million families.
Come on. I ask you, look, Kimball, you are on the board of Tesla, which is very much in the news. You've got a new chair to replace your brother, Elon Musk. You got to tell me, is she laying down the law? Have you had contact with her? What's she saying? What's she doing on the board?
I am very happy for the future of Tesla. Let me tell you about a story about a kid in South Chicago.
This is the most watched business news program in America. And we have that reputation because we go at the stories of the day and we figure out exactly what's going on. Now, I want to know what's going on at Tesla with the new board chair, and you are on the board. Can you answer the question? What is she doing? What do you know that she's doing so far? I don't need to know you're very happy about the future of Tesla. I want to know what your new chair is doing at Tesla on the board.
What I'd like to share is I am so happy about the future of Tesla, and Plant a Seed Day in 2019 will be a way for companies across America to participate.
Come on. Look, You think my viewers want to learn about Plant a Seed Day?
Plant
Do
a
you
Seed Day is going to be
really?
awesome. Are you kidding me? It's going to be amazing. We're going to get a million families
don't care,
to plant
Kimball.
a seed.
They don't
America
care.
cares about the future of America.
They
Come
don't.
on.
My viewers
America
do not.
cares about the future of America.
Okay.
Plant a Seed Day
I'll
is
tell
going to
you
get
what.
a million families
Okay.
planting a seed on March 20th, 2019.
All right. Okay. I'm wrapping it up. I'm sorry.
Look,
I'm
really, it's
sorry.
going to be great.
I've got
Come
an
on,
audience.
let's talk about something
wait a minute.
positive.
I
Let's
am
talk about something
responsible
amazingly
for
positive.
to my audience.
All right, I think you got it. Right?
Well-
Did you want to hear more?
No, I'm pretty sure we've heard what he's going to say. Why did he even do that interview if that's what he was going to do?
I think there's something in their genes, man. They're just funny. Like they're funny in a way that the people around them don't get. I think
Elon's
that
like being an asshole.
Yeah,
to
he's like, fuck these
shareholders
guys.
that don't give a fuck and want to short sell the stock.
Yeah,
Fuck them. They don't need to know shit because they're gonna try to short sell. If you say anything, they're gonna start shorting the stock. It's already been climbing. Let's not fuck it up. Let's just troll them. Fuck it.
That's
If
a
we won't
good
say
point.
No,
That's a really good
we'll
point.
go ahead and take their interview, and we just won't say any. Tell them about Plant a Seed Day. How
Yeah.
about that? They need to know.
I bet that's how the conversation went. Like, look, no matter what you say, they're going to turn it on you. And they've, I mean, I'm making an assumption here, but I'm sure that guy has talked shit about Tesla and
Oh
Elon.
yeah,
you know,
absolutely. It's on Fox News.
yeah. And so he probably said, "Fuck it, you just go on there and just troll him. Talk about Plant a Seed Day."
Take the trolling cowboy hat.
Well, they
Yeah,
actually
good choice on cowboy hat.
he wears that hat. I think every time I've ever seen Kimball Musk appear like publicly, not that I've ever seen him appear privately, but
He's
I've
from
I've
South
seen him.
Africa too, right?
I've seen him in that hat several times.
He's not from Texas. He's from South Africa.
That journalist guy was on point. Oh, come on. Come on.
Yeah, no, I thought I liked
Yeah,
what
I
how he
liked
got
him
what he
too.
said. Yeah, I like that.
You think my
Nobody
listeners,
gives a
we
shit
are the
about that.
most watched show. You think we care about Plant Seed Day?
They care about Americans care about America's future.
Yeah, I care about Plant Seed Day.
Only
No,
if
they
that-
don't. They care
People
about.
want to know about Plant Seed Day. I want to know about Plant Seed
Only
Day.
if that seed he's talking about is Elon Musk's gold-plated semen.
In Grimes.
The true seed.
Yeah, in Grimes.
Well, Tesla's the only reason that my stocks are in the positive.
Yeah, that's ditto from me too. Everything's in the toilet. It has been for a while, and I'm starting to realize why people jump off the buildings. I'm not in that deep.
Yeah. I've lost. Yeah, like
You're on the first
Yeah.
level, so you're not really in deep.
He'll jump
You
off the-
jump out the window.
He'll jump off the carport.
You just gotta fall on beach sand.
yeah. Jump
I've
off
seen
the
folks-
beach
people
chair.
have lost $2,000, and they're like, "Well,
Off near plant.
Becca, how are you doing?
Considering that my stress level lately, I'm doing very well.
That's good.
Yeah. I'm having a great time. Always.
Well, I'm actually the opposite of that. I'm feeling very xenofrenetic.
Hmm?
Xenofrenetic.
Mm-hmm.
So
you
you're
have a
like
fear of phonics."
xenofrenetic. So you're like
Xenofrenotic.
phrenetic.
Yeah.
Can you define the word? Can you define phrenetic for me?
Yes, it is. It is a word that's many words all at once.
Uh-huh.
It's both Zen.
Oh, okay. I was thinking Xeno.
Yeah, I was thinking Zenno.
I like.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're crazy about aliens. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, like xenomorphs.
Yeah.
Xenofretic. So Zennofretic.
Uh-huh.
Zennofretic.
Xenophobic is the fear of others.
That's not what I said. Zennofretic.
So he's excited about
Zennofretic. No fret.
fretic.
Zennofretic.
Zen-
Oh, God.
No fret.
Oh man.
Wow, he actually did somehow turn that into
So there's-
something.
so there's that word.
Yes,
took him a
that's correct.
second.
Zennofret. I see.
It's
But you could see how the confusion could be.
Oh, I know. With this group, it happens easily.
Since it's like
Be
it's
inclusive.
not
So,
actually one word, it's three words put together and then with an ick on the end.
It's my creation. It's my
Yeah.
baby. It's my babies.
It's my babies.
It's, I mean, you could just go around going, no worries. No
What
worries.
gender pronoun do you
Like-
prefer?
No fret.
Hakuna Matata shit
Yeah.
for the rest of your days.
There you go. That's your own word.
Hmm.
Zennofretic.
I like it. Brad, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. I made a dorky purchase, but I'm like, it's pretty cool. I like it.
Go on.
Should we get into it right now?
Sure, go ahead.
This is your moment.
Oh, I guess so. Oh, this is my one moment here. We give it to you at the beginning.
This is
Shut up.
an 18 plus
Don't-
channel.
Don't pass on your moment.
Fair enough. Okay, so have you guys ever gone to the dentist or gone to get an X-ray and they give you that big old weighted lead vest that protects you from X-rays?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Now, a quick survey. Who here finds that to be comfortable?
Me, I do.
You do?
That's why they put the shit in your mouth and make you bite down, because that hurts.
Okay, yeah. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the other things. So don't worry about that. How about you, Nathan? How you feel? Yay or nay?
I've actually never had that. I've had an X-ray, but I've never had. But since they had to X-ray my spine, obviously I didn't have a vest on.
Right.
But I can imagine what you're saying.
I mean,
Yeah.
they make you wear this thing when you're in the room with somebody else getting an X-ray. So I mean, it's kind of like a lead apron.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm familiar with that.
How do you feel about it? Is that a positive or a negative experience?
Well,
Ready to put the check mark down. Just tell me.
more of a matter of factly kind of thing. Which I mean, at the time, I guess I didn't want my junk to get
Yeah,
irradiated.
make sure it's covering the boys there.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe since it wasn't in its blanket configuration, maybe it's a different experience altogether.
perhaps.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't really. I can honestly say, at the moment in time, I really didn't put much thought into it. It
So-
seems like
All right. Cool.
So
Moving
clearly-
on.
Survey on it 10 years
I
later.
mean, you get in a boat, you put on a life vest. You get in front of an X-ray, you put on the irradiated spacesuit thing.
Okay.
What everybody, Brad, what everybody meant to say was yes and.
Sure. Okay.
Yes, and
For the record, putting on a life vest, I always hated that. But so if you find that to be a comforting feeling, imagine a weighted blanket where it's that same sensation except it's over a blanket. It's also heavy as fuck, but
Gravity blanket.
I've heard of this
gravity
thing.
blanket.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking dope. Not gonna lie, super excited to get it. Ordered it on Black Friday. Happened to get a limited edition charcoal gray, which happens to match everything else in my room. So that's cool. Got it Thursday, yesterday, at like 11 o'clock. I was so excited. I kept checking my nail tracker shit, and somebody was leaving my apartment. I asked them, "Hey, if there's a box out front, bring it in here, please." And they did, and I got to use it before work. I fell right asleep like that quick. Where normally I toss and turn for about 2 hours before I actually fall asleep.
What?
Yeah, it was nice, and I slept through the night. I woke up, I was hot as fuck, but there is a cover on the outside that you can take off and use just the inner part, which is the weighted part. And it's not supposed to retain heat, so I might bust that out. But also considering it was the middle of December, but we live in Florida, so it's like I think it's 63 degrees out, and that's December. That's it.
Brad is like our official correspondent for all sleeping paraphernalia. Ask him about his purple pillow.
Oh man, I got a fancy pillow. It's not about that right now. That's for another podcast.
Don't derail he's selling these gravity
Yeah,
blankets right now.
Oh man.
He's heavy on it.
So it doesn't make you feel claustrophobic at all?
Not me. No. I don't think I have a fear of claustrophobia except when I'm in haunted houses and there's other people. Or one time I really did feel claustrophobic was an ex-girlfriend and I had gone to St. Louis, and they had a museum there that had a bunch of those pipes that you could crawl through even as an adult. And they were long pipes too. Problem is with that is you got a bunch of little kids that are unpredictable as fuck and running around, so you're screaming, so you already got your nerves going, and then it's like, oh, crawl through this tube, it's fun. Remember doing that shit as a kid at a Burger King or a McDonald's or something? And you go through there, and kids are just stopping, like turning around, but they're small and nimble, so they don't give a fuck. Meanwhile, you're a big adult, and you're like, it's me turning around right now. I got people behind me. That's claustrophobia. That's how it hit me.
That makes me feel anxious just thinking about it.
Yeah, they got one of those things at Kennedy. And I don't think adults
It's
are.
not that big.
Yeah, I don't think adults are supposed to go in that thing.
Like you go through, and then
yeah,
right.
but I would never, even if like adult, like because I got bad knees, and it's so small you can't turn around, and I don't know if it's claustrophobia. It's more like as soon as I got in there, I would just be thinking, why the fuck am I in here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like there was a haunted house at the corn maze here in town a couple years ago, and they had this thing that you had to walk through that was like, I don't know exactly how to describe it, but it was kind of like walking into a vagina. Does that make any sense?
I know what you're talking about.
It's like walls that push against you.
Yeah.
It's like those big padded things that like in football practice you ram up against, but they're all like right pressed up against each other.
Like you have to literally push through to get through, and then you have to go in a line of people. So that was, I think, the most claustrophobic I have ever felt, and I think I like pushed the person in front of me to get out.
I like
it freaking me out so much.
I like to think about how many people. What?
I asked her
Of
if she
course
smoked
I
a
did.
cigarette when she was out. Sorry.
I like to think about, that time of year, a lot of people are having colds, runny nose stuff, and pressing through there, and their snot just getting smeared on the padding thing. And then well, you're just pressing your face, and it's these snotty kids with the snot on their, and it's just being
your hands for
smeared through there. Yeah.
It'd have to be somebody that's the perfect height for their nose to match like your
and
mouth.
go right into your mouth.
right in your mouth.
Why are we talking
Yeah,
about
you're
these
pushing
terrible
through
things?
crotch first, and then all these kids got to think about going in after you.
You don't pull down your pants before you walk through the vagina. I thought that was the one thing we had to take away from health class.
Keep your pants on when you're walking through the vagina.
They've never taught us that.
You guys getting into the Christmas spirit yet?
Nope.
No, not at all. Like I went to Subway. I went to Subway today, and they had Christmas music playing. I'm like, oh yeah, I should be like singing Christmas. I mean, I usually sing Christmas carols all the time. Whenever around in December, just constantly, just.
I've never heard you do that once.
Well, I do it.
I'm not calling you out.
I do it. I do it at work. It's
I've heard it
thing.
many times.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, I want to get you into the Christmas spirit. I found a great story. Let's see. This website, it's a New York Post. They've got like a dozen ads popping up constantly. Here we go. Okay. Shepherd's costume sold on Amazon includes sheep sex doll.
What?
Oh, I need to send this. You guys need to see this picture. I forgot to send this to Steven.
I don't need to see it.
No, you need to see it. Just look at their faces.
Whoa. Whoa.
Look how sad and disappointed that woman looks.
Wow,
Anyway, so they can see. Okay, so here it is. A mortified mom sent her 5-year-old to his school's nativity play with a shepherd costume she bought online before she realized it came with a blow-up sheep sex doll. Helen Cox bought son Alfie the $21.65 costume on Amazon for his school nativity play, and he was delighted it came with a free blow-up sheep.
Is this Absidy's brother?
That's terrible.
But the mom of two was puzzled when a teacher told Alfie to take the sheep home until she blew it up and found it had a huge hole in its bottom as well as red lips and eyelashes.
Terrible.
Cox, 46, found the exact same sheep was on sale as a stag night bunkin' sheep. And is now devising a way to steal it away from unaware Alfie. Cox, a psychology student from Scotland, said, he's probably in the room right now stuffing Lego in the hole. I just can't believe it. I don't know whether to laugh or cry. How am I going to explain this to his teachers? I have no idea if they've seen it was a sex toy, and that's why they sent it home. I'm mortified. The outfit which Cox bought on Amazon in November was listed as Labree's Kids Boys Brown Shepherd costume, inflatable sheep nativity, fancy dress outfit.
Fancy dress outfit.
Fancy dress outfit.
It arrived in mid-November, and after checking that the costume fit, Cox packaged it up in a name tag bag for Alfie to take to school on November 26th. And when Cox went to pick up Alfie from school, she noticed the sheep in his bag. Cox said, I asked him, why have you brought the sheep home, Alfie? It was part of his costume, and I thought he might have been naughty and snuck it out of school. But he said the teacher had given it to him to bring home, so I let it go. When they got home, Cox suggested she blow the sheep up for her young Alfie to play with. It took forever to blow up. I stood there blowing and blowing until the air reached his legs, said Cox, who lives with husband Chris, 46. Why would you say that there like that?
No,
it's so weird. I would think this was The Onion, but this is a real article.
It just highlights her innocence, okay?
Yeah. I hurriedly popped the stopper back in so it wouldn't deflate and suddenly spotted the huge hole in the butt. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And look at the picture with her like.
I hope it's a picture of a butthole.
Did you not send this to me?
No, I forgot.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
I know. I was going to, and I forgot.
Send it right now.
Probably find it.
Kegel's in here.
It's on New York Post.
New York Post.
Hello, Kegel.
New York Post.
Kegel would want
Shepherd's costume. You probably find it that way. Cox let out an audible gasp, making Alfie question what was wrong. She added, I told him, you can't have this sheep, Alfie. But he kept asking why, so I had to make up a reason. I told him it didn't look like a proper sheep because it had a mustache, red lipstick, and a bow on its head.
Is it lost on anybody that her name is Cox?
I mean, no, I'm writing down all the different things.
There you go, Brad.
He still wanted to play with it. I couldn't think of any more reasons why not.
Brad, if you click on my little window, then it'll keep me locked.
God, there it is.
Yeah, I got you locked already.
Okay.
Alfie soon discovered the hole and asked what it was for. So Cox told him it was for the sheep's toilet paper.
That's good thinking.
Cox has now devised a plan to get the sheep back without any awkward explanation by telling Alfie that the elf on the shelf took it. That's the end of that article.
There's the little booty hole.
Yeah, there you go. You can see her spreading the hole.
Oh my God, that's hysterical.
Wait,
man.
so
Who wrote this article?
I love
a soft core written porn fascination.
Yeah, I love how it's told like a little short story. I feel like
So okay, so the only thing she paid for was the sheep, right? Because this kid is not a professional costume.
No, it was a costume with the sheep.
That this towel with the rubber band and a robe.
Robe, yeah.
You need to think about it. They thought they were buying a costume. $21.65 off of Amazon. They were like, it comes with the sheep. Great. It's nativity scene. Great. Perfect. Whatever. We'll get in.
I like that the sheep has a mustache and eyelashes.
Yeah, the mustache is a nice little.
I don't think it did have a mustache.
It doesn't
I think
have a
she
mustache.
made that up.
Yeah, there's not a mustache.
originally-
Pull up that sheep, Steve-O.
Yeah, that's what she said. I don't know. Maybe,
I just saw that the
maybe
picture.
it was a detachable.
I thought it
mustache.
had like a line across the sheep's eyes, so you couldn't know its identity. That's what I say from here.
Is the mustache like on his head or something?
Yeah, that's a weird place for a mustache.
That's not what I would.
I think that's supposed to be a bow.
Yeah.
Or,
It's got like a little poof. It's supposed to be like a little
with piece
poof
of
thing.
bacon on it.
Look at those beefy legs on that thing too.
They got
Looks
a
like
big.
a cricket.
That's right.
You want some shanks on your sheep or not?
Jesus.
Wow.
Well, that did not get me in the Christmas spirit at all.
I mean, I'm in a
No.
little bit of a Christmas spirit. I mean, I think it's all right. I mean, it's starting to get me in the right frame of mind. I want to go home right now and watch Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's
say,
close. It gets the ball rolling.
every
Pretty good.
story should have a little kid named Alfie.
But yeah, I guess
It
that's
doesn't
pretty-
always have to have a sheep with an accessible butthole, but I mean, it's
But
Why not?
A
lamb.
lot of Christmas
Wait.
movies don't these days.
I feel like the Hallmark like Christmas movies or like the ABC Family Christmas movies.
Oh
and
yeah, I love them.
Joan Hart, and she's like a successful journalist in New York, and
Kind of sheepish.
and then she has to like find the true meaning of Christmas throughout this movie and ditch the rich guy with the nice car in the city for the country boy that she used to know. I feel like I need one of those movies, like to be in one to get into the Christmas spirit this year.
You do, and you don't know how bad you need it until you see it, and you're like, I can't believe I'm watching this. And then you watch it.
You better be careful what you ask for. We're all going to be done with this podcast. You're going to wake up in black and white, and you'll be in a Christmas movie, and you won't be able to get out.
There was this terrible movie on at the nail salon the other day. I had to Google.
Were you molested at this nail salon?
No, I was not.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
To the disappointment of the listeners.
That's right.
Go on.
They had this terrible movie on, and I could tell it was one of those horrible Christmas movies. And it was this like blonde girl. I couldn't even hear the movie. I was just watching it. There was no context for me other than what I could see. And it was this blonde girl and her stupid best friend, and like the blonde girl was engaged to this guy, and you could tell that he wasn't happy, but she was. And then they obviously broke off the engagement. Mm-hmm. She cried for about 5 minutes, and then her and her best friend put her on this video dating app thing. And she woke up the next day and there were hundreds of replies. And then she ends up meeting this doofy guy in a coffee shop.
Of course.
And then going on a road trip with him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, I got to figure out what this movie is. Her fiance dumped her, but she was going home to see her family. And she was afraid to tell her family that her rich fiance dumped her. So she hired an actor to play the same guy.
How do you know all this if you didn't get any dialogue?
Because
she went home and watched.
I mean,
she watched the captions.
Was it just subtitles on the bottom? So she's just reading subtitles?
No, there were no subtitles, but I Googled it because I wanted to know what I recognized faces in it, and I had to figure out who they were. So I Googled it and I read the premise. Did you guys enjoy that story?
I did. I have a couple questions now. The love of her life, the doofy guy. Did he have a child?
No.
No? Okay.
Did he have a sheep?
At any point within 10 seconds of them kissing, did it start to snow, or did a Christmas tree light up?
I didn't see the end. I don't know.
It's a Christmas miracle.
All right. Do the couples at any point go skiing or riding some snowmobiles
or have a snowball fight?
I feel like
probably
any extracurricular activities that do not.
I feel like Brad just got a job where he goes door to door and gives surveys to people. It's like
the only thing he's gonna give me this pen and paper. Now I'm writing stuff down. I'm trying to come up with a Hallmark Christmas drinking game that I can play with my dad because my dad loves watching them.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, my dad was watching them in July when I was there to visit.
Wow.
What?
Christmas in July on the Hallmark Channel.
Okay, that is a sign of insanity.
No, my mom does it.
They're all different. It's trying to find the common themes between them or make it into a bingo game if somebody doesn't want to play. And you just kind of rip on everything.
Does he spend all year screening the movies so that when the family gets together around Christmas, he can just have the best of the worst?
Oh no, he doesn't make us watch them. He knows.
Oh really?
Really give a fuck. I just watch him because he wants to watch it on TV, and I never watch TV, so I don't give a shit what's on there. I'm usually on Reddit or doing something on the iPad, just hanging out and drinking.
Hey.
So is he down for the drinking game too, or is that you just doing that yourself? Yeah. Okay. Good. Good.
Well, Brad, here's another common theme for you that I know will be a good one. You should assign a shot to this one.
Okay.
Anytime in any of these movies, the main protagonist couple has the dilemma of separate beds or same bed at a family home.
Parents' house.
Yeah. That's a good one. You should have shots for that one.
Yeah.
Because that happens.
If they ever run into the predicament and they see it and they're like, "Oh, I'm at my parents' house," and they're very proper, so you'll have to keep your hands to yourself, mister.
And then there's the sneaky night where it plays that little mystery music, and the guy in his stupid looking pajamas tiptoes out of the room and looks down the hall.
Oh, and it's the dun dun.
And then he runs into the room and he slips on a skateboard and he flips upside down and makes a lot of noise and breaks all the china. And the parents
The
come out.
bookshelves
Like,
collapse.
what? Damn, who?
I feel like I could apply that same concept to Home Alone.
Yeah.
Maybe this will be like in any Christmas movie.
And then he walks into her vagina, but the camera cuts away.
But he makes sure not to take his pants off.
Yeah.
And then the person writes an article about it.
Cut to smoking a cigarette.
Cox let out an audible gasp. This sheep has a hole in its bottom.
Butts are supposed to have holes.
Speaking of
Please
sheep,
explain why this sheep has a butthole.
Because it's a living, breathing, it's a mammal.
I put enough breath of my own into it. Into the butthole.
Blue and blue and blue.
We don't have an AirPod.
my segue has been completely trampled on.
All right.
Well, now it is. You can't point it out.
You gotta just anyway.
The speaking of sheep thing,
There
let's
you go.
talk about PETA, can we?
Sure.
We can talk about PETA.
Okay, I sent a message to you guys earlier this week about PETA, and Nathan's response was, I was going to ask Becca to talk about that on the show. So who wants to talk about it? Do you want to talk about it?
And Patrick's response was, I got to go to Nashville.
Patrick didn't respond. He claims,
Gangman's having a hoedown.
claims he told us he was going to be gone. Yeah, I didn't hear about it.
I forgot.
Well-
If you said it, I forgot.
Well, you set this all up, so I mean,
Okay. Okay, so
he was going to ask you to talk about it, so I don't know why
Yeah, you
you're
don't have to
asking
ask
other
us
people
back.
to talk about
You
it.
don't have to ask us after we've asked you.
That's back.
Are you going to read the ones that we already saw? Like the ones that... in the-
Yeah, read off PETA's
Like the... Yeah.
their little campaign thing.
Okay, let me go. I found it. Okay, so PETA tweeted this picture that said, "Stop using anti-animal language," and so it has this chart that says "instead of," and then lists several different animal-related euphemisms, and then it says, "Instead of this, say this," with the new improved version.
Well, let me
Animal
read.
friendly.
Let me read you the tweet that came above that picture they posted. So it says, "Words matter, and as our understanding of social justice evolves, our language evolves along with it. Here's how to remove speciesism.
I think it's speciesism.
Speciesism. We'll go with that from your daily conversations."
Which is important.
Indeed.
Oh, it's just so
we don't want to trigger those that love animals.
Okay. Well, instead of
Wait a minute. For those of you who love animals, you may be triggered when she reads the instead of.
but I am not
comment.
saying it. I am
She's not
simply
saying
the
it.
messenger. I do not mean these things that I'm about
Yeah.
to say.
It's like saying "goddamn" in front of your grandparents. You're not
You're
really
quoting.
saying.
It's like
Yeah, you're
saying
just quoting it.
it's like being Papa John and saying something. on a
Yeah,
phone
that's
call.
it.
You're just quoting. You're not
Yeah.
actually saying. That is what I'm doing right now.
So you're going to be removed
It
as
worked out for
CEO.
Papa John, so go for it.
So here we go.
Okay.
Like the beaver said, damn.
Okay. Instead of saying "kill two birds with one stone," you say "feed two birds with one scone," and it's beautiful because it means the same thing. You're knocking out two tasks at once, but you're doing this in a nice way.
Nice
I
way
mean,
to
I
turn
feel
it
better
loose.
when you say it. I mean, I do.
Mhm.
They led with their best one. Come on. Get the
I don't think
show
so.
on the road.
I think all of them are equally very good.
It
Well,
adds
this-
to my Zennofreticness.
the next one is the one be a guinea pig. They're opposite, or they're different. Nicely worded one is stupid. It's be the test tube. Well, either people are going to hear you say that and think guinea pig. It's going to be in their head.
Mhm.
You can't stop that from happening.
Yeah, it's easier to imagine yourself as a guinea pig than an inanimate object.
True. It's very easy for me to imagine myself as a guinea pig.
I evolved from a guinea pig.
Instead of beat a dead horse, I feel so disgusting for saying that. Don't feed a fed horse. It's the same thing, but the horse is alive and
Yeah.
well fed.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, I mean, if a horse is dead, he doesn't care if you're beating it.
That's true.
But
Yeah.
PETA people do.
Yeah.
They care if you beat a dead horse.
Yeah,
And you guys take a break. If this is too much, you PETA folks, just take a breath.
You
Step away.
pedophiles out
Yeah.
there.
Pedophiles. I like that.
PETAfretics. Okay, so instead of saying "bring home the bacon," because
we
it's
can't
very
eat bacon.
weird if you think about it, say "bring home the bagels."
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
Bring home the bagels.
Yeah.
Bring home the
Don't
bagel.
forget to bring home the bagels.
I gotta bring home the bagels.
It reminds me of Seinfeld for some reason. I feel like that's what they would say.
Because they're in the bagel lady, remember?
I bring
oh, no,
home the
the ride
bagels.
lady. She has ride bread. That was it.
Yep.
And last but not least, the phrase being "take the bull by the horns." You don't want to do that for many reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of that, say "take the flower by the thorns." Live on the edge. Live dangerously. Take the flower by the thorns.
Yeah, I'm inspired just
You could
by
get
saying
fucking
that.
pricked, man.
Yeah, you don't want to get pricked.
Sounds like a really dangerous sex move.
Take the flower.
I don't know.
I think it's becoming pretty obvious that PETA is not really a pro-animal organization. They're an anti-plant organization.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Everything they said in there is so anti-plant.
I think just really the last one. I don't think the other.
Well, you gave it the assignment. We all had to come up with some. I'm ready. I'm good.
It was Nathan's assignment, not mine.
Oh, all right. That's right. Oh, yeah.
What you got, Dave?
I got one.
Give it.
I got a couple.
All
I got
right.
a couple.
Good.
All right. So, you know, it hurts me to say it, but you know, you hear people say there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Oh God, how could you?
I know. You should instead say there's more than one way to pet a cat.
Oh, yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
There are so many different ways
There's
to
lots
do
of
it.
ways. Yeah, you can do the like scratch behind the ears. You know, you can actually.
Under the chin,
You could do
Yeah.
backhand pet, you know, because sometimes they like that.
just
you know?
hold your hand down on the ground and let it run past it
Yeah.
and pet itself. There's plenty of ways, and it keeps its skin.
We should write a book.
Some cats even like it.
To pet a cat.
Some cats even like it when you smack them real hard on their butt. You know, and then they stop and they start doing this like.
And you just stand there and blow until the air reaches its legs.
Okay. And, you know, often people will say, you know, in a derogatory way, you know, something that's disorganized and whatnot, they'll call it a goat rodeo. Goats don't like being roped up in that rodeo. They don't appreciate that. They're the leanest motherfucking meat on the planet. So they deserve a little more respect. So instead, a boat rodeo.
Oh,
A boat rodeo.
Fuck boats.
yeah. 'cause
That's
that's
Who cares about them
Buck
at all?
folks.
They're not the most lean anything.
So those are the really couple I got right off the hip there. So I'll pass it on to somebody else.
Brad,
Well, mine are not that great. By mine, I only came up with one. It's not good.
let's hear it though.
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Shouldn't look any horse in the mouth because you don't have that horse's consent.
There
Boom.
you
You and me are on the same wavelength on this.
All right.
That's perfect. That's beautiful. I like it a lot.
Okay.
Steve-O, you look ready.
yeah. I'm ready. Instead of saying you let the cat out of the bag, because I mean, let's be honest, the cat should have never been in the bag.
Right? I mean, I'm scared for the cat.
Well, instead you should say, give a cat a loving home to meow in.
It's a bit wordy. That's right.
Rolls right off.
Boy, I really gave that cat a loving home to meow in, didn't I?
Ooh, hey. I feel like that should be in every vet's office. Or
It's a sign on the wall. Yeah.
I mean, it goes without saying. It's a cliche for a reason, okay?
It's your turn, Nathan.
You know, I had thought of one, and then I didn't think up the second half of it. I forgot. So I want to ask all of you to help me with it.
Okay.
So instead of saying It's as easy as shooting fish in a barrel.
Uh-huh.
It's as easy as what?
Churning butter in a barrel.
Churning butter in a barrel.
It's as
Actually,
easy.
that's not very easy.
It's as easy as picking dandelions and ripping their heads off.
I got nothing.
It's as easy as shooting apples in a barrel.
Shooting apples. In a
It's
barrel.
easy as picking apples off a tree.
It's as easy as. I really don't have anything.
It's as easy as pie.
Petting fish in a barrel.
Petting fish.
Fingering fish in a barrel.
Whoa.
It's as easy
Figured.
as touching stingrays in a touch tank.
Yeah. There we go.
Did you ask their consent?
No, but I've never actually touched one on
But
purpose.
I did pay the admission.
So, is it legal even at this point? You
don't
paid for it.
I don't have license to touch you, Mr. Ray.
Do you have more?
No, go ahead, Becca. What do you got?
I have a leopard can't change its spots, and damn it, it shouldn't have to. And don't count your chickens before they hatch. You make sure that they're good and ready to be counted, and they look you in the eye and tell you that they are ready to be counted. And this one was my personal favorite. Hold on. Instead of saying curiosity,
Easy.
killed the cat. Curiosity fulfilled the cat.
I love.
Oh,
That's a good one.
fulfilled the cat.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
You got-
those chicks aren't ready to identify as chicks. I wanted to say before you moved on.
It's possible, and
Yeah,
that's
they
why
haven't decided they're.
that's why you can't do it before you have to wait till they're ready
Yeah.
to count them.
Right now they're just zygotes.
Do you guys know that PETA shelters kill 80% of the animals that they bring in?
No,
I don't know
I
about
need the
that.
hard data.
Yeah, I
Yep,
didn't know that.
like, they got busted. They got sued for like luring a chihuahua off the street, like with doggy treats, so they could then kill it.
You can get sued for that?
Yeah.
Only
thought
if you
that's
get
so
caught.
nice.
They lured a kid's
Only if you
chihuahua
get caught.
away so they could catch it and kill it, and they had to pay out a crazy amount of money to this family.
Why
These
would
people
they
are
do that?
they're psychopaths.
Why would they do that?
They
would
don't
wanna
care about
kill it?
animals. They want to
What?
control. They want control.
What do they have
They're
to gain
evil.
from luring a child's chihuahua to kill it and paying a bunch of money to somebody for it?
This
That's
sounds like a lot of Chihuahua nonsense.
It happened.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, do they do something like that because they actually think, like, in their deluded minds, they think that they're going to offer it a
They
good
don't
home?
They don't believe in pets. Like, these people don't believe in the idea of having a pet. They believe that that's like slavery. Having a pet is slavery.
Well, that's hardcore
It'd be
pet.
better
Pete.
for it
That's
to be, like,
hardcore ones.
Dead than a pet.
Damn. I didn't know this side of PETA.
These people
Yeah.
are psychos.
They're eco-terrorists, man.
I want to read up on some of those stories, but I don't see what they could possibly have to gain from doing that.
Well, PETA's killing pets, and let's talk about something killing humans. Second deadliest Ebola outbreak in history spreads to major city, raising new challenges for containment.
Oh.
Gist of it is, in Africa, Ebola has broken out, and it is 25 confirmed cases, and then
Where at? Africa's a pretty, it's a
Congo.
big- Congo, yeah.
Yeah, and down here it says that 423 people have tested positive for Ebola virus and are experiencing symptoms. So,
What are those symptoms?
let's
Isn't it like
see.
you bleed out of every hole in your body?
A
Something like
type of hemorrhagic fever. So yeah, you bleed out of
Bleeding
all your holes,
pustules.
and you don't feel that great.
Well, good. Hopefully
So-
they.
Really getting us in the Christmas spirit now.
Good job, PETA.
Thank goodness it's way over in Africa. We don't have to worry about it.
No,
Oh,
they're-
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be if we could travel worldwide, things would be different.
Right.
Let's hope nobody notices they're peeing blood at the airport.
Kegel made a good point about the bagels. There's yeast in the bagels, so we're kind of killing killing the yeast.
Oh, that's true. The yeast is alive.
Yeah.
Get them. Tweet them, Kegel. Let them know that they're wrong.
The yeast or the bagels?
Yes.
The PETAs. Okay.
The baker.
The baker's men.
It's that thing where everything that's living has to eat other living things too. So you never get away. These PETA people, you never get away from the fact that you have to kill something to eat, whether it's a plant or an animal. You're still going to kill something.
And even if you're eating plants, there's going to be something that is not a plant that lives on that plant. To grow the plants, you have to. There are things that have to die in the farming process, and you know, I don't care how many organic labels you put on there, things have to die.
It's too crazy, anyways. I can't wrap my mind. I mean, if it's like cruelty to animals, like pets, that kind of stuff, it just kind of stops there. But I eat me some cow. Sorry, yo.
Sorry, yo.
Yeah, let's not torture them while they're alive. I'm down with that.
That's right. I eat a chicken too. I mean, I'll eat a pig.
You want to list all the other animals that you'd be willing to eat, Dave?
No. Wait.
What about Salisbury cows?
Salisbury. Just
Salisbury cows.
Salisbury.
Yeah, those.
Salisbury,
They don't even give milk. It's gravy.
They just walk around. That's right. They just walk around dripping gravy.
That's where you get gravy from.
You
How
know,
did they tell the Salisbury cows from the chocolate milk cows?
The good old Salisbury cows. That's where we get the good gravy.
you don't milk them, you gravy them.
That's right.
You're just throwing pads of butter at their udders. Like, make it happen.
Dave,
Everybody wants them Holsteins. Give me a Salisbury.
Dave, what about the most dangerous game? Fucking human. What about eating human meat?
Is that the name of that one
I'm
movie?
not interested in eating no human meat.
What?
This is the question of life question. You ready to eat human meat, Dave?
That's right. Dave, that's what I'm trying to get to it.
Oh,
He ain't answering. Dave, would you eat human meat?
I mean, I know them guys in the Andes ate some buttocks, but you know,
Did you see where this guy he had to have his foot amputated? Like he got in some accident, and then he took the foot home, and then he cooked.
no,
He cooked tacos. He cooked tacos for his friend, and they all ate his foot in tacos.
That's gross.
So they had pictures.
So they had tacos.
Tacos.
Did he tell them?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It wasn't. Yeah. He didn't prank them. They all knew what they were doing.
Fuck
into.
that. I would never.
Would you do that?
I will never.
You eating ass, Dave, or what?
Dave?
No, I mean, listen, you don't know what you do in a survival situation.
Right.
I'm just saying. I mean, seriously, I'd be more inclined to eat it if it in a cold condition, like you know,
like alive.
Yeah.
If it's not sweating, you mean?
Well, if I have to eat human
Like
meat,
a ceviche, a human ceviche.
I'm
like
probably going to stare
some
at
lime
it
juice.
and think about, oh, how bad this is. I'd rather it not be rotting while I'm doing it. If it was out in the cold, at least it's staying frozen while I'm being indecisive.
Hey, we're not talking
You
about
fine, pristine human meat.
Yeah, I'm not talking about rancid human
Wow.
meat. I'm talking about here's what I've heard. I've heard that there are firefighters that cannot eat barbecue because they have smelled people burning alive in buildings, and it smells good. It smells like they're at a barbecue.
Oh no!
They just can't eat that shit because it's like pork. So I'm talking about a good succulent
rotisserie femur.
Made by Gordon Ramsay. So he's got like fucking crispy skin, buttock fillet.
Got a nice dry rub on there.
With a sweet potato gash streak on the side.
Yeah, maybe
shaved off the hair.
Maybe some Salisbury gravy.
Yeah, just straight fucking butter. Fucking utter. That sounds good. I'd eat it.
That's right. Yeah.
Is there anybody that would do that?
If Gordon Ramsay cooked it,
I'm not going to say I wouldn't do it.
I'm not saying in a survival situation. I mean, like if
you were
like traveling in like fucking Romania and you went to this crazy restaurant and your friend was like, "Hey, they got a special menu."
Nah, I wouldn't.
This is all humanely attained. These people. These aren't like murdered people. You had an amputation, or we got a special stock of human meat.
No,
Nobody would do it.
I don't know, because it's like, and I might be taking it too seriously, but it's kind of like how there are legal ways to acquire ivory, I think, but the fact that ivory is a coveted material makes it where poachers still want to get it. So you'd have to have some murdered people or some people that maybe were like on the operating table and someone slipped the doctor $1,000 bill and he went ahead and just let the guy die and then he ends up on the grill.
Yeah.
Be like Thailand, where they have the rival paramedic squads, where one paramedic squad actually tries to save people's lives and the other one tries to take people's organs while they're still alive because they can get them while they're fresh.
Oh, yeah.
That's real.
And they have fights in the streets with like machetes and shit.
I think there's a cop that goes with the legit ones and they just shoot them.
Wow. I'd like to say, and I already have said, I would do it. Like Gordon Ramsay cooks it, literally makes it the best it could be. I would eat it. But if I was actually faced with the situation and it was not going to decide if I lived or died, I don't think I could. I really don't.
Maybe if you made it into a burger.
I mean,
no, that's worse.
I mean, it would, I'm trying to think of other situations that I would be put in where I would be morally compelled to eat it.
So like
if I was a guest in someone's home.
Right. If you were on some island somewhere.
Yeah. And this is what they're feeding. And I don't want to be rude and I can't, this is what they do. And, they think of this as a high honor.
Yeah, this is like grandpa.
I would be conflicted.
Yeah.
So the only thing I have to say to that is I don't plan on going nowhere. So.
That's right.
I don't think I'm gonna be in that situation. So I'm not writing the next greatest documentary. Yeah.
Ain't doing that in Tennessee.
We're not going to PETA or wherever that is. Yeah, we're not looking for the city of gold. No.
On his deathbed, grandfather grabs your hand and holds it real gingerly and says, "Eat me. When I go, I want you to live on my sustenance."
No.
Oh.
That's post-prime beef.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, Pops. Whatever it takes you to get passed on.
Sure.
I'll do that for you, Grandpa.
At that point, just tell them yes, but don't do it. They're gonna die.
I don't know. I mean,
what's that mean?
That's a good way to bring a curse on you and yours.
Yeah, you want ghosts? Because that's how you get ghosts.
He's haunted. When are you gonna eat me?
You're just asking for a ghost. He can't move on until you eat him.
And like as the years go by, he's like, "Come on, just a pinky toe, something."
Yeah, the freezer door is just always like banging open and close. Like,
I'm getting freezer burned up in here.
Popsicles flying out.
I was thinking, you're like, all right, I'll make you a deal. You're cremated. I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit on this burger, on the steak. That's
just a little bit.
Are we good? Go away. Leave my kids alone. Go to sleep. Keep knocking shit off the walls. You're an asshole, Dad.
So there used to be one of my favorite podcasts from years ago, the Giant Bombcast. They're not what they used to be, but back in the day they were awesome. But they got into this thing. I don't remember how it got started, but somebody wrote him a letter. It was something about it was a guy talking about his wife. She was breastfeeding, and she was like, "You want to try it?"
Nope.
And he was like, "Yeah, okay." And he wrote in and told them about this on the podcast. And then they were doing a live show at like PAX or one of those big video game shows in front of like 1,000 people. And in the panel, there's like 6 of them on stage. And the one guy that had always been talking about doing it they were talking about this. And then this woman walks up to the stage. It goes, "I have my breast milk."
Oh, man.
She says, "I have it. There's a video of this. I've seen it." And she's like, "Are you going to try it?" And he's like, "Fuck it." And he takes her breast milk and drinks her.
Oh, I was hoping he was going to get it straight from the source, and that's why.
Yeah. That would have been a little bit better, yeah. But
and what did he say?
He said it was
Yum yum.
He was like, "Oh, it's okay."
No.
He was like, "It's all right."
Yeah, it tastes a little sweet. You know,
yeah, Dave. Yeah.
I've seen it in bottles, and it seems like it's not all one consistency, right? Yeah. Yeah, so like that part there, like if it was just like vitamin D, 1% milk, it'd be a lot easier. But it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look. It looks like thick and not like consistently thick like buttermilk, but like you would feel different textures throughout your gulp.
Yeah,
it'd be like drinking salsa.
Is that how it is, Dave?
I didn't drink it full on, but I have gotten some right there, like, and you go, ooh,
squirted it,
and I remember it tasted sweet, but that was it. So I didn't get to see it full color and any of that stuff.
Yeah, last week I was at work and I was like going down the road. I was like, I'm gonna stop and get some. Like, I haven't had milk in a long time, so I was like, I'm gonna get some milk with like a snack. And I went to the corner store down near where you guys used to work. We still work.
Right.
The one that used to be run by all the Asians, and now it's just run by rednecks that don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
And got the milk, got going, smelled okay. Took a big swallow of that, and it was bad.
Oh
bad.
no.
Milk's gone bad.
I looked on the cap, October 4th.
Oh
God!
Oh my God, that's so nasty.
Oh, this is making me so uncomfortable.
It was really, it
Oh
was
my
fucking
God,
disgusting.
dude! That could make you like.
I thought I was.
That's
really,
one of those things that
worried.
will make you instantly sick.
I was
That's
worried.
the kind of food poisoning that
I
will.
stopped and I spit all that shit out. I was gonna go back and really raise some hell over there, but it just was too busy, and I was just like, ah, fuck this. But it was. I was like, man, I can't drink milk for a while. This is really. It was really gross.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, how do you think PETA would feel about a cat or two birds riding inside a cage on the back of a cat?
I don't know.
I could give you an example.
Oh, there's an example.
It would be a conundrum for them morally because it's like the cat is a slave, but the birds are
prisoners.
treated well.
I mean, it's moving pretty bad. I mean, it's and things in it. It's like
I saw another video where I found this. I saw somebody had linked to like, oh, by the way, there's like a channel for this cat, and the cat is apparently an asshole to every other animal, and except for these birds. And like they got this clip of it like sitting there napping. Its eyes are closed, and it kind of opens its eyes and then like touches noses with the bird, and then just goes back to sleep, and it's totally fine with these birds. But it like kicks the ass of any dog or other cat or anything else that comes around it.
It's a whole new meaning for a cat house.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
Make sure to give a cat a loving home to meow in. You're laughing like that's not a perfect alternative to let the cat out of the bag.
It's too
Well,
perfect.
I could
That's the
almost.
problem.
What's that, Dave?
I want Steve-O to try something, but I mean, we're a mid-show. We'll do it some other time. We can do this off, and I wanted to try something. It's almost Christmas gift time, but we're not prepared for that. So
What were you
Human
gonna say?
meat.
What are you talking about?
I was gonna have him go to the Hammock or Slimmer site and have him enter in a code.
We do not have that kind of time.
No. But I do want to test it after the end of the show and see if what we do works. Because then I could just send them the codes and bam, we'd be in action.
That'd be good storytelling for the
You
watcher.
got coupons?
Oh, Brad, you know what this is, right?
Oh, I know what it is. I remember.
Everybody that is a longtime listener should remember what this is. I'm excited about it. You're all excited about it. I can't wait to hear
am I
what Dave's
excited
getting
about?
me for Christmas.
Dave's
The
$1 million
Hammockers,
off
Slimmer.
coupon.
I have them all here.
Oh, you've got them here. Okay.
but we don't have time.
No, that's
to do all that.
gotta save. We gotta save that for Christmas.
Ooh.
Is that
It's
wait?
really 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks.
Is that next week we do Christmas things, or is it the week after?
Week after.
Okay.
We could do a teaser with one that would tie in with this show.
Okay.
Go to Hammocker and Slemmer website.
Good luck.
Yeah.
You can't possibly screw it up. You'll type in Hammocker and you'll get it.
Yeah,
It'll
right.
pop
You'll
up.
type in HAM, and the first thing that pops up is Hammocker. Yeah,
I
right.
bet it would.
Ham O-C-K?
HAMMACH.
Oh, okay. So that makes sense then.
Hammocker Schlimmer.
I guess he found it.
Told you.
Official Hammocker Schlimmer. Enjoy free lifetime guarantee.
Oh,
Number
On the
one
town?
guarantee.
We just want to
Hammocker.com.
go to the website and then see if we can do a catalog search.
All right. For
Oh my damn, it's right there, isn't it? All right, here's the catalog. All right, here's the catalog number. RU-84247.
good thing they're short. That
Yeah,
could have
they
gone
are
on
short.
a long time.
They're
Here we
short.
go. Here we go. Oh, it's a little cat shelter.
And what we have here is the only outdoor heated cat shelter.
Oh.
This is ideal for Becca when she moves to Florida and can't find a place for her cat to live when she's living in the underpass.
Oh, I
A
can
heated
zoom
cat
around.
TV? Is that what that is?
Yeah, right here. And it's only $129.95.
I see 149. You must.
Oh, I'm
you
sorry,
must.
I gave you the wrong. Okay, try the RU-82989 code.
Well, they're similar. Like the picture you have looks a little
that
different.
that one is the multiple cat outdoor heated
Yes.
shelter.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Oh,
and
that's
clearly,
the
as you can see
right
here,
there.
82989.
Multiple cats. You can't miss them. There's more than one in there.
one happens to be a kitten, but
RU-82989.
RU-82989.
That's correct.
All right, here we
This is
go.
for a single cat. This is what you.
Oh, look,
Oh,
that's
yeah, that's-
see one
There
cat.
you go. There you go.
That's-
Keep that
It's
there.
heated even.
I like how they're both the only outdoor heated cat shelter.
Hey,
that
I'm a
the
cute
word
little
multi.
kitty. Look at me. I'm a kitty in a hut.
There, it's there in the corner.
That's what Bowie sounds like.
I got a loving
So
home
we
to
know
meow
this
in.
method works. So this is how we'll do it next time. I will email you codes,
Okay.
and we
I'll just have
will
'em all
we'll
pulled
go
up.
through the list. I'll be able to have my pictures in front of me, and I'll have my little post-it notes on them for all the funny bits and pieces. But we have to remove that from the rotation. But that's ideal for Becca.
A lot of 5-star reviews on these,
So
On the-
it's,
They're a heated cat house. How could you not?
except for the people who are like, the cat didn't want to go in.
It's because your cat sucks.
is it like a catalog for rich people?
Yes.
Okay.
Stop looking. Look no further.
Steve-O, you've been
Stop.
here for all of these.
I mean,
you-
I know, but
For these episodes.
Don't
Stop
have the gist of it now?
I
Close
didn't
this down.
realize they had such legit things. Like that's not a bad idea. You know, a little heated house for a kitty.
Hand this guy a Sky Mall or something.
It's all in how we bill it.
Okay.
So
So I'm really excited to see if the old West Town is still
It's
up
still up
for
for sale.
that's right. We just have to wait and
3
see.
years running.
Stop, Steve-O. Close
I've
it.
stopped. I've stopped. I'm not on it.
I'm,
Then
on
what are you
the
looking
list.
at?
I'm looking-
Get
I'm-
for my mom.
really fast.
I'm looking at.
Yeah.
I'm
He
just
has a
watching.
Christmas wonder on his face.
There's a gift in here for you too.
All right. I'm just watching this cat carry these birds around. That's all.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm watching the cats with the laser chasing scratch post.
So I feel like it just came to me. We need to do like a verbal assault, like Secret Santa.
What?
Goofy, funny, get like a goofy, something
and
really
do it on
funny.
the show
Yeah, do it
for
on
the
the show.
Christmas show. Even.
Yeah, for the
And
Christmas show.
the best part is, I will be down to them in a couple weeks after Christmas, so I can bring them their gifts if they get gifts from us here.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Well, we'll do these next week.
I was gonna say we don't actually have to get each other anything. We could just tell each other what we would have gotten.
like an Amazon link that you can pull up.
I got you a trip to Mars. Aren't you happy?
Thank you. It's what I always wanted.
That's a cheapo. We don't really have to do it, right? They're just ideas.
Hell, we could do it right now.
I don't really need somebody else to buy a gift
What
for.
could I do that would be the least effort possible? No, I'll just say something.
Can we just create something, you know?
Well, you could be a lot more creative because, I mean, you know, you might think of something that you can't afford. Like a trip to Mars.
Here, I bought you a rocket factory. And all the rockets have your face on them.
No more rockets.
We should do both, actually. Now that we're getting into this, because it's very funny, we should do both. We should all do a Secret Santa, buy something funny for each other,
Yeah, something
but
cheap.
also we do a Secret Santa where we try to think of the most fantastic thing that we would buy for that person if we had the means.
Yeah, what we'll do is that's what we'll do. We'll do our lottery winning choices,
Yeah.
and then we'll have our real life actual
So,
choices.
Becca, make up that thing, and we'll draw that out next week.
Make up what thing and what?
You know, you draw names, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Secretly, is that how that works? I've never
secret-
actually done it because I
dirty
hate
secret
doing that
Santa?
stuff, but
How is this gonna work with all of us being in different states? Like, I don't understand how this will.
well, we can. They could get it, and then
I mean,
we
I
could
have Amazon Prime.
You could get it at another time, but they could just get something and then say, "Hey, I got you this," and then whenever
it up.
there you go.
No, I'm talking about the name drawing, because if I put all of our names into a thing for us to draw,
You draw for them. That's
but then I'll know who their secret people are. I have to let them know what it says. We're not gonna. We have to come up with a solution to this problem. If
Someone needs to call into the show and come up with a solution.
are we not? Is it not?
Oh, I got an idea.
Or we can just go ahead and say, okay, I got Brad, and Brad can say, well, I got Dave. We could just go ahead and let people know who we have.
That's not really a secret.
It's
That's
not.
Secret Santa.
Have somebody not a fit. Have Jerry like pull the names out and then
And text everybody.
text everybody who they got.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll do that.
I'll leave it to you.
Well, unless
And
Jerry
Jerry.
to
All I have to do is enlist Jerry to do it. Where he not be
Hey, Barry, I know you don't work nonstop and have kids and
That's
everything.
right.
all he has to do is stick his hand in a bucket. Like,
That's right. You got
Are
to
you busy? Reach into this bucket and pull out some names for
Yeah,
me.
we need
Also,
to
I
do
need to
this.
text every single person on this list who they got, and you don't get to be in it. Thanks, Jerry. Maybe we can have Jerry.
Yeah, we'll see if
We can have Jerry be in it, and he'll get the last name and watch it be Jerry.
Yeah, he's the honorary. He's,
Yeah, we'll
he's
see
honorary Secret Santa.
We'll see if he
Yes.
can make it on too for Christmas. That'd be good.
And
Yeah.
and if any listeners out there want to get the
on the show
podcast,
for Christmas.
want to get the podcast like a collective Christmas gift, I have the perfect idea. There is this company called Celestis Memorial Space Flights. And what you do is you can put someone's ashes or your own DNA, and they will send it up to space. You can either just do a suborbital flight up and down, or you can go orbit around the Earth, or they even have a flight coming up to go around the moon.
I want Gypsy to go around the moon.
You can do it. Yeah, it's called Celestis Memorial Space Flight, and they come highly recommended by some people
Is that a nursery rhyme?
listen to.
The cow jumped over the
The
moon.
dog chased the cow, jumped over the moon.
So you could send your jizz around the moon.
I was thinking like toenail clippings, but sure.
Why
Oh.
do toenail clippings if you could do
Why
jizz?
do that?
Somebody,
You know what I'm saying, Dave?
Because jizz, toenail clippings would last longer. Jizz would just die. It would no longer be jizz.
I mean, I can still open that too.
It doesn't matter.
That's my
It's
jizz
a
right
symbolic thing. It doesn't matter if it's going to last. It's not like it's going to go around the
You-
moon and then you're going to come back
you know
and
what?
inseminate somebody.
He's channeling Patrick tonight.
Like, honey, get ready. But before we do this artificial insemination, I got to send it around the moon.
You're right. Yeah. Actually, okay. So they
One of these days, right to the moon.
they actually have an option to land on the moon too. I didn't even realize. Hey, and by the way, the where I always hear about this is this podcast called The Space Show, and this one of their sponsors is Celestis. But the guy's like, hey, full and fair disclosure, I am a customer. I have 2 dogs and my mom going on a flight, so you can send whoever you want, whoever you care about.
Listeners,
I have no idea. I have no idea how much it costs, but it is really interesting.
Somebody find out and help me send my dog to space. It's what she would have wanted.
It's what she always wanted. You just look in her eyes, and she was just like, I want to go to space.
Now, I can't imagine that they're coming down soft on the moon. I can just imagine it's just crashing into the moon 7,000 miles an hour.
That's Gypsy's way.
Crater.
Maybe not. There are some flights there are some companies out there that are developing lunar landers. In fact, NASA is funding some of them. They just announced recently. But it's possible that some of these landers are going to take some funding just to have a tiny little capsule, because all you need is a couple cells to qualify as your DNA, or a couple ashes to qualify as someone's ashes, and then just put in a little capsule on the lander. That would totally work.
I don't mean to split hair. Why don't you just send a pube?
There you go.
Yeah, that's not bad, Dave.
Not bad.
What if you sent your sperm to space, and then like 18 years later, some alien teenage girl knocks on your door?
I've found this capsule and I rubbed it in my twat.
And I think you're my dad.
Is that a porn category?
Yeah, she's an alien. She rubbed it in her twat and then birthed herself.
It's how it works in outer space, man. It's crazy out there. Dark matter.
All the radiation, it just asexually reproduces and becomes its own thing. You have a big guy with a big sperm tail, and it's just a giant sperm man. It's a mutated sperm. It's just sperm guy.
Giant sperm guy.
Sperm guy. Floating around the universe.
Hey, Wiggles! That's right. Sperm guy.
I can't get this thought out of my head. It's so funny. Oh my god. What would you do if an alien knocked on your door 18 years from now and said that you were...
Same thing I do for anybody that knocks on my door. Don't answer it.
But that's your kid, man. That's your alien kid.
But you don't know that if you don't answer the door. So
How
you can't feel bad.
How could you even do a DNA test on an alien?
Alien DNA. We have no idea.
It looks just like you.
Alien.
I would definitely be Zennofretic for that. Becca.
Boom.
It's that time of the show again.
This poem sucks, man.
Oh, you can't start the end of the show with the...
You're harsh in my Zennofretic.
You must not have wrote down the right things.
I wrote down things that were just fine.
Maybe that means Becca was really enjoying the show. Like we didn't bore her very much.
Doubt it.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I am kidding. And it's never about, it's sometimes about boredom, but that was how it started. It was birthed from boredom, but now it's more of an art form. So this one is called fucking Zennofretic. You guys have said it 15 times in the last 2 minutes. You ruined my poem.
Created a word.
It's part of the poem. Go.
It's a cliche for a reason. Red lips and eyelashes, lines across the eyes. That's how you get ghosts. I find that to be a comforting sensation. It doesn't matter if it's not going to last. The cat was never in the bag.
Why'd you say that was bad?
Yeah, why would you say that's bad?
Cat was never in the bag because it's in the box. Schrodinger's cat.
I'm just being hard on myself today.
All right. Thank you, Becca.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Haywood Banks, for our theme song. Thank you, everyone.
Hey, don't forget to show a little love on that patreon.com/verbal assault. You know, that hosting ain't free, y'all. It's on SoundCloud, but SoundCloud ain't free when you post a podcast every week. Hey, leave us a voicemail if you want to be on the show. Oh, shit. There's a voicemail.
Oh, really?
Well, you can be like this person that left us a voicemail sometime this week. If you call up 865-316-6955.
End of show voicemail.
Yeah, let's hold on. I gotta get the little blocker thing so I don't show anybody's phone numbers.
Gotta bring it up. We can't just give out that phone number and say call us, and then people call us, and then we're like, oh, we didn't get around to it.
All right, here we go.
Hey, it's Jerry. Heard you guys talking about the meaning of life, and I can't believe with all the collective, quote, brain power sitting around that table and on the phone, nobody seemed to mention the word 42. That's the meaning of life.
Because I don't understand.
I would have, Jerry, but that's not correct.
It's a Hitchhiker's Guide thing.
That's
right?
correct. But the 42 is the answer to the universe and everything. Right. It's not the meaning of life.
That's true.
Damn! You shut him.
Drop your microphone. I know it's attached to the table, but
just
unscrew
dunked on
it.
Jerry.
If you're looking for the meaning of life, ask Brian.
Is that the Monty Python thing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay, I'll ask him.
Well, what's that number?
Oh, yeah. What's the number again?
I don't know. What is it, Dave?
865-316-6955.
I thought it was going to be one tone the whole time, all the way through.
No,
I was hoping
Jingle
for Christmas.
Ever since this whole sheep thing got,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just in the spirit right
He's
now.
caught up in it.
Leave us all a voicemail and you can be on the show. Yeah.
Ever since he saw that woman's fingers spreading that sheep's holes.
No, well.
Amazon one click, $21.65. Prime 2 days later.
Thank you, everyone, for a great show.
Yes, thank you, everyone.
Hello. 3, 4.
Deuces!